Welcome back, dear hearts. In this chapter, we're unraveling a series of misunderstandings and missed connections that leaves Lily questioning everything she thought she knew about herself and her future. Ride the waves of uncertainty, where the undertow of passion threatens to sweep you away. Chapter 10. Shattered Reflections. The Hawaiian sun beat down mercilessly as Lily stood on the beach, her designer sundress feeling suddenly constricting. She'd spent the morning in a haze of indecision, torn between responding to her manager about the luxury resort campaign and reaching out to Nate. In the end, she'd done neither, instead finding herself drawn to the spot where they'd saved the seal. Where everything had changed.
Lily?
She turned, her heart leaping at the sound of Nate's voice. He stood a few feet away, camera in hand, uncertainty written across his face.
Nate,
Lily started, but he cut her off.
Before you say anything, I need to show you something.
He led her to a nearby coffee shop, its open-air patio offering a view of the ocean. As they sat, Nate pulled out his laptop.
I've been working on this all night,
he said, turning the screen towards her. Lily's breath caught. On the screen was a photo essay, a series of images that told a story. Their story. There was Lily at the bonfire, laughing unself-consciously. Lily at the art gallery, her face a study in wonder as she gazed at a painting. And finally, Lily emerging from the ocean, triumphant after saving the seal.
Nate, these are...
Lily trailed off, unable to find the words.
Real.
Nate finished softly.
This is the real you, Lily. The one I've gotten to know. The one I'm falling for.
Lily's heart soared at his words, even as fear clawed at her insides.
They're beautiful. But Nate, I don't know if I can be this person all the time. My career, my followers.
Why not both?
Nate interrupted, his eyes alight with excitement.
We could collaborate. Combine your reach with my raw style. Show people the real Hawaii, the real you. It could be amazing, Lily.
For a moment, Lily let herself imagine it. A life where she could be both the polished influencer and the barefoot girl who saved seals. A partnership that was both personal and professional. But then reality came crashing back.
Nate,
Lily's phone buzzed, cutting her off. It was a message from her manager.
Lily, where are you? The resort execs are here for a meeting. They want to finalize the contract today. This is your big break.
Lily felt the blood drain from her face.
I have to go,
she said, standing abruptly.
I'm sorry, I forgot about a meeting.
Nate's face fell.
Lily, wait. We need to talk about this. About us.
I can't right now, I'm sorry.
With that, she fled, leaving Nate staring after her, his photo essay still open on the screen. The resort's conference room was all sleek lines and ocean views, a stark contrast to the coffee shop's cozy intimacy. Lily sat at the long table, her manager on one side, resort executives on the other.
We're thrilled to have you on board, Lily.
The lead executive, David, was saying.
Your brand aligns perfectly with our vision.
Lily nodded, trying to focus. But her mind kept drifting to Nate, to the hurt in his eyes as she'd left him.
Now we have a few stipulations.
David continued.
First, we'll need approval rights on all content posted during your stays at our properties.
Approval rights?
Her manager jumped in.
Standard procedure, Lily. Nothing to worry about.
But Lily felt a knot forming in her stomach. She thought of Nate's raw, unfiltered photos. Of the joy she'd felt being real, even for a moment.
Additionally,
David went on,
we'll need you to sign an exclusivity clause. No promoting other hotels or resorts for the duration of the contract.
Exclusivity?
Lily echoed.
But what about local businesses? Small family-run places?
David's smile didn't reach his eyes.
Our guests expect luxury, Lily. We can't have you diluting the brand with less refined options.
The knot in Lily's stomach tightened. She thought of the local artists at the gallery, of the fisherman Nate had photographed.
I need some time to think about this,
Lily said, standing. Her manager grabbed her arm.
Lily, what are you doing? This is everything we've worked for.
But Lily was already moving, needing air, needing space. She burst out of the hotel, gulping in the salty breeze. Without thinking, her feet carried her back to the beach, to Nate. But as she approached their spot, she saw him. And he wasn't alone. Nate was deep in conversation with a woman Lily recognized from the art gallery. She was gorgeous, all sun-kissed skin and wild curls, gesturing animatedly at something on Nate's camera. Lily felt her world tilt. Of course. Of course Nate would be interested in someone like that. Someone real, unafraid to be herself. Someone who fit into his world seamlessly. As if sensing her presence, Nate looked up. His face lit up.
Lily!
But Lily was already turning, fleeing back towards the hotel. She could hear Nate calling after her, but she didn't stop. Back in her room, Lily's emotions overwhelmed her. She'd walked away from the biggest opportunity of her career. And for what? A man who was probably better off with someone who actually belonged in his world. Her phone buzzed incessantly. Her manager, the resort execs, even Nate. She ignored them all, sinking onto the bed. Her gaze fell on her open suitcase, where the bottle of sand from her first meeting with Nate peeked out. With a sudden, choked sob, Lily grabbed it and hurled it against the wall. The bottle shattered, sand spilling across the floor like her broken dreams. In that moment, everything Lily had been holding back came rushing out. She cried for the career she might have just torpedoed, for the man she was falling for but couldn't seem to hold on to, for the version of herself she glimpsed but was terrified to fully embrace. As the sun set outside her window, painting the sky in colours no filter could capture, Lily Chen had never felt more lost, or more alone. Her phone buzzed again. Without looking, she knew it was Nate. Probably explaining about the woman on the beach. Probably telling Lily he'd realised they were too different after all. She couldn't bear to read it. Not now. Maybe not ever. Instead, Lily did the one thing she knew how to do. She reached for her makeup bag, hands shaking as she applied her usual flawless face. She slipped on her most photogenic outfit, positioned herself by the window where the lighting was best. Click. Filter. Post.
Another perfect sunset in paradise. #blessed, #island life.
As likes and comments poured in, Lily stared at her reflection in the phone's dark screen. The girl looking back at her was beautiful, polished, everything her followers adored. She was also a complete stranger. Lily curled up on the bed, her perfectly styled hair fanning out on the pillow, and let the tears fall silently. Outside, the real world continued. Waves crashed, birds called, life went on. But in the artificial perfection of her hotel room, Lily had never felt further from reality, or from the person she was starting to realise she wanted to be.